So, do we get any credit in your in your country for like being the people that lead you guys in experience in warfighting?
Experience.
I mean,
we got to get you close to that mic.
Yeah, get up on that mic. For the last like 70 or so years, you just kind of followed us into every conflict we start.
Yeah, because you need the help. You know, we've got to dig you out of that hole, man.
So true. Yeah. When you talk about experience, I read a. Do you want me to bring that closer?
A little bit.
When you talk about experience, like I read the full history book of American history on the flight over. It took 30 seconds. And then 10-hour flight ahead of me with all your history in my head. It was not entertaining.
You knocked out the entire country's history before the first snack came through.
Exactly. We hadn't even taken off. We were still on the runway.
But we got a pretty damn good track record for just a little over 200 years.
Yeah.
Again, we have had to come in and, help you out.
I wouldn't call that cleanup. I don't remember Basra being like this pillar of just amazing operation inside of the country of Iraq.
Yeah, I don't think anybody had a good time there, to be honest. I don't think anybody came out top winners there.
The last thing I saw was just you guys were getting firebombed in all your armored vehicles.
Let me stop you right there. Once again, you've started a conversation without context for the audience. Who are you talking to?
Oh, God, we were doing so well
until you weren't.
Well, this is Mr. Tom and Mr. Sully from Sunray as well. The movie. You guys got the treat of Tip Cullen last week, and now you get the other two lads that did most of the killing in the movie. We also saw in the comments today a lot of our audience watched the movie already.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And it was all good. It was all good praise. So,
I mean, it's from our point of view. Obviously, we're looking at it UK wide. When we were in the UK, we're seeing what people are saying and feedback from people around us. So I don't think we really hear much from the US side of things particularly. So hearing that is,
I mean, you're going to see the gas thrown on that. I mean, Drinking Bros, you're doing our show today, Drinking Bros tomorrow, and then we've got a Black Rifle Coffee Presents coming out about all you guys in the movie, because you guys are Royal Marine Commandos, correct?
That's correct. Yeah.
All right.
Can we get a definition of what that is?
Yeah.
Like, can we compare that to something on our side of the pond?
It's not a direct comparison, but like Commando, like the US Marine Corps, pretty similar to Royal Marines in terms of, on paper, you're saying, yeah, amphibious infantry, if we're just going to say it like that. But then we have the commando bit attached on top, which basically means any environment. We're trained for all environments, deploying by sea, by land, by air, and small team operations as well, trying to make 4 men feel like it's an entire battalion behind you.
So are there regular just Royal Marines?
No, not anymore.
Okay, so
they used to be.
It's only commandos now.
It's just commandos
exactly.
now.
So it's similar to a special forces unit.
Yeah.
Is there a selection process?
There is, yeah. It's a pretty intense one, actually. The pass rate, there's several levels of selection. The pass rates are pretty low on every level. So it's a small percentage and then another small percentage of that small percentage, on and on and on and on until you get to training, go through training, of which not a ton of people pass that when they get to the end of that either.
So that automatically puts you above like a standard Marine, like the U.S. would have, because I think they pushed most of them through.
Well, I mean, it's a large.
I mean, it's a whole ass branch.
Do you guys have specialties?
Yeah, so the Marines itself it was initially designed to be completely self-sufficient as a brigade. So when it deploys at a brigade level, it's able to be self-sufficient in everything it does. We used to have chefs, we used to have all of our clocks, writers, people like that. That has now been outsourced to the Navy. A lot of that, the stuff that was what we call like REMF.
Well, what about is one guy specialized in communications, one guy weapons?
You'll have
how does that work?
Yeah, you definitely have some of that. You'll generally have one guy at least specialized as a communicator. Everyone's trained with radios naturally, like in every military unit, but you'll have a guy who's specialized in comms, signals, we call them in the UK. You'll generally have in a fighting troop, you'll potentially have some anti-air guys, heavy weapons guys, medics.
Yeah,
but they're also Royal Marines.
Also Royal Marines. So everyone's trained.
Medic.
Exactly. We hit that same standard and then we add bits on top.
So yeah, you normally do the first between 1 and 2 years of your career is what we call a GD, so a General Duties Royal Marine. So you're an infantryman, basically. And then after that is when you specialise. So you pick your job after that, or it gets picked for you sometimes.
Gets picked for you.
Oh, what did you go with?
Kissing.
Oh, yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
kissing?
Yeah.
Second
Okay.
best kisser in the Royal Marines
Yeah.
I had.
Who's the first best kiss?
Is there a qualification
My
badge
dad.
for that?
That's how I got promoted.
All right. So when did you come in, Sully?
So I joined in 2012, and yes, 8 months of training, 32-week training, and then went to 4-2 Commando. Spent a bit of time there, and then became a landing craftsman. So
Don't you guys have to do this big walk over a hill and back?
that's special forces do that at the Penavan. So they call it the fan dance.
That's the
It's
SES
cold,
and SBS,
right? It's
yeah.
really cold. It's snowing.
It can be. It can be
Can
hot
be.
as well. I've been up there when it's been hot, and it gets really hot. They had a couple of guys die
There's been
a few years ago.
fatalities because of the
Yeah.
heat, fatalities because of the cold.
Yeah,
It's one of those places where you can't guess it. It's just going to fuck with you.
yeah.
No, I don't want to die from the heat.
No,
It'd be the worst. When did you go through?
I joined in 2009, went through training, went to 40 Commando, went to Afghanistan, came back, went to 30 Commando, joined Y Squadron, specializing in long-range reconnaissance and electronic warfare, which we would like target enemy command positions.
Yeah, jamming.
Yeah, exactly.
LLDR.
And then either just striking them or whatever. And then ended up working with the guys at Poole and Hereford, so that big hill,
yeah, that
those
big hill.
boys. And then eventually got medically discharged because I got broke my back, lower L4, L5 out in Afghanistan, Herrick 17. And now I'm here with you,
Here you are.
showing you how good I am at
That's the
kissing.
consequences of breaking your back, is you have to come hang out with Jared.
It is.
Oh, I know. It's the worst. Did you guys parachute?
Yeah.
I didn't know. So that was only if you worked specifically with the SBS, which I never did. I chose not to do that.
But I mean, and now you're an instructor for the Broad Branch or the Navy.
For the Navy,
For
yeah.
the Navy.
So
they bring you over to just share that experience.
yeah, so I specialize in physical training now. So I just shout at people and go to the gym, basically.
That sounds
Pretty easy job.
very fun.
It is fun.
And then you're shooting movies on the side.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, doing some feature films.
Well, that's fun. Where did you go to jump school?
We did it all over the UK, but generally Salisbury Plains, where we did a lot of our jumps onto. So it's down in the south of the UK,
Yeah.
and then we do jumps all over. So
So I get, Tip had a crazy, his story. It's a book. It's much larger than American history. Book.
Yeah.
he stormed Normandy, and yeah.
Yeah. How did you guys get pitched for this film project? How did it start? Like,
So I was involved early on in the creation, just by pure chance. Just it was going to be this tiny sort of 10-minute project of these Royal Marines planning to rob a drug dealer and get revenge on him, and I was just kind of thrown in there. I'd always wanted to be an actor since I was a kid, and I'd never told anybody that. I'd never had the confidence to step out and try and do something like that. So when the opportunity came around, I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm taking this. I'm sick of not doing what I want to do." So yeah, it was a great opportunity. It's landed. I'm so fucking lucky.
Why didn't you want to tell people you want to be an actor?
It was where I came from. That wasn't cool.
Okay.
And
So
it
you
was-
knock out the cool thing first, and it's like, now I want to dance.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. I'll put on a tutu now and get sexy with it. But yeah, it was not something that was in the remit of the world I was in at that point until I got older and more mature and realized I don't really give a fuck anymore.
I mean, I wanted to just shoot. I never thought that I would be acting. I just was doing that because there was not enough of us around. so like, I remember back in like 2010, 11, like my highest goal that I wanted to achieve was to be a lighting guy on a movie.
Really shot for the stars
yeah.
on that.
I was happy with that though.
Yeah.
Like, hey, set up that light really good. I'd be like, hey, I'm a really good light guy.
Hey, lighting's essential.
Yeah.
We know that.
But I mean, that was all I wanted. Like, and so all of this other stuff is just extra.
Yeah, it's done well. Yeah, well,
All the best people generally are. It's not the thing they've always wanted to do. It's just they ended up there because they were just good and needed.
And then at what point did you get invited to this film?
So I got invited on. They spoke to Tip, brought Tip on board, and they were looking for more. We wanted it to be mainly Royal Marines, and we wanted some professional actors. And there's not a big list of Royal Marines and professional actors at the same time. And so I'd worked with Tip before. I worked with him in Toronto, in Canada. I'd worked with him at Shakespeare's Globe. We knew each other quite well. I was even in Afghan with his son. So we knew each other. And he gave me a call saying, Tom, you've got to speak to these lads. They've got big plans for a film that's all about us. And so kind of snowballed from there, spoke to them, heard about it. As soon as I heard the first pitch line, I was like, I'm in on this. Okay, where do I sign up? Felt like I was signing up again. You know?
Well, I mean, then you guys go into shooting and it's just like you're on a team again.
Exactly.
Like,
Did you know that millions of Americans suffer from bland food every day? Firecracker Farm is here to help with hot salt. Go to firecracker.farm and use code MILK to upgrade basically everything you eat today. That's firecracker.farm, code MILK.
Yeah. Well, that was the beautiful thing in the film, to be honest. Like I always bang on about the action scenes because the action scenes are pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
But a lot of that wasn't rehearsed. They would just come to us, right? You're a 4-man team. This is your kit. This is the intel you've got on this building. This is how many bad guys we've got going on in there. Go clear it, and we'll film it.
And so what I tell people a lot when I've been telling all my circle and buddies and everything about watching this movie is we compare it to Heat, because the movie Heat was the first. It was the first time like Hollywood employed like realistic techniques and realistic sound effects. So like it wasn't just, hip firing M4s, or Car 15s. It was, these guys were utilizing, so like everybody that comes from a tactical background, they have this relationship with Heat because it was like that and like Bravo 2-0. They showed us Bravo 2-0 in my school for small unit tactics. It was the SAS movie from Desert Storm. Yeah. So like that's like when they're teaching us tactics, like they're like, watch Bravo 2-0.
They showed us Heat when I was in training.
No kidding.
For the break contact drills, they were like, "This is how it's done, lads. Watch this. That's
insane."
Perfect. Yeah.
So I constantly compare Sunray to Heat, because that instantly clicks with like Taylor. You guys met our buddy Taylor the other day, and he was like, I was so excited when I watched it.
Yeah.
Like
Watching guys make entry and how you handle those weapons and stuff, it's just, you can't fake that stuff.
It's the little things like that count. When I watch a film, my wife fucking hates watching movies with me because I watch it and be like, you wouldn't do that. Like things like trigger discipline, just simple stuff that you look at and be like, what are they doing?
That wouldn't work.
Tears it apart for me. So yeah, this is what we wanted to do. We wanted people like us to watch it and say, yeah, that's exactly
I love the truck scene, like where you guys are laying behind the tires.
Oh yeah,
That was great.
That is the coolest part.
Yeah.
So how long was filming?
Oh, I mean, when you condense it down, we only filmed for probably about 8 weeks, but that was spread out over about a year period because, sometimes locations aren't free, people aren't free.
And stealing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it was COVID to contend with.
It was COVID time, wasn't it? Yeah.
So we had to do all of the COVID procedures, getting on and off set, which
slows everything down.
Yeah.
But pretty condensed shoot. 8 weeks isn't a long time for a feature film when you're beg, borrow, and stealing most of the time.
Oh, dude, it's a lot of like stress too, because when you don't have the money, you're counting everything and you're counting on, and the other thing too is like the people outside of the film world don't understand how important time is when you're there, because again, like you're fighting with everybody's schedules every time to get you all together at once, especially you still being active.
Yeah.
Like it's like, so
That was a thing, actually, wasn't it?
that was the thing. Yeah,
It
I
came
had
up
to-
a few times, yeah.
Yeah, I had to. At one point, I was on the physical training course, and I was having to. And that's like start at 6:30 a.m., finish at about 2100, 2200, and it's a lot. You do like 5 big workouts a day. Like it's a lot. Finished that on the Friday, and then just spent 5 hours, 6 hours driving up to north of England just so we could get the shoot in what was the quarry, the Afghan scenes. And yeah, it was completely like, that was the time I could do. So we had to then fucking mash everything else in to try and make it work, get the boys free, get everyone that, everyone that supports it. It's not just a simple case of, the actors are free now. You've got makeup, you've got lighting, you've got sound, you've got all of the equipment and the location. And
that's what I'm saying. Time is your most important thing. And if you hit weather or anything, like something goes wrong, like you're out, like all those staff are being paid.
Yep.
So it's like when you're a line producer on a low budget movie, like
stress.
Your life, your life is not fun.
Yeah.
So how's it been since it came out? How was the premiere? Like packed?
It was fully sold out. Leicester Square in London. I mean, that's an iconic place to launch a film, right? We had our red carpet there, fully sold out we put the tickets on sale. Within 2 minutes, every ticket was gone.
Yep. And it
Wild.
I had so many people messaging me saying, "Can you get me a ticket?" I was like,
It wasn't a small.
There's nothing I can do.
I don't even have one.
Exactly.
It wasn't a small place, like 100. It was 350 seats, like filled out, boom, like that. Like
it was, and the whole thing was incredible. We had some like Royal Marine legends there. We had some people that we had Phil Campion, ex SAS member. He was there, and it was monumental for multiple reasons, mainly because this project that was this fucking tiny little snowball and became this massive mountain was being shown, but the people that were interested, the people that wanted to see it, it was fucking sick.
Yeah, the reception there was awesome. Like, it was a veteran community and veteran support with people who were there, so the response was gonna be good, but did not think it would be that good. People in tears, people cheering, like, and afterwards everyone just trying to buy you a drink, and you're like, guys, drinks are free. Don't worry about it.
Well, that's their plan. It's like, let me buy you a drink at this open. Oh, dang it, I can't.
Yeah, I would have, but no, yeah, it was incredible. That's one of the favorite points of my life.
Okay, you're walking the red carpet and you're like, wait, hold on a second.
Yeah.
How did I get here?
Yeah, exactly. And there's, we did the Q&A afterwards. And again, people want to hear from you. People want to talk to you. And I just find that bizarre.
It's
but
different.
Amazing. Yeah, it is very different. It is very different.
You're interested in my story? I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
'Cause to you, your own story to yourself is it's the same story you've heard a million times, right? So to you, it's like it's nothing, but some people want to hear it, and it's awesome.
Yeah, having people walk up and saying, "Can I get a photo with you?"
Yeah.
Yeah. That was interesting. Yeah. And I was like, it's not real. I don't think that's real. And yeah, they wanted pictures with us.
Yeah. Especially people's sisters.
Yeah. I haven't got a sister.
Hold on. Let's go.
Oh, yeah.
Let's hear about that.
Tom's sister just could not keep her hands off me. It was
It was a bit of a charity thing. I told her before I turned off. I was like, he feels a bit bad. Just go and.
She takes after you, though.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you can't keep your
She's
hands
beautiful
off
like me.
And you're a massive slut. So.
Yeah, I am with you.
But yeah, no, it was great. It was great. Our premiere was fucking great.
So what now with the acting careers?
Next thing for me coming up soon, I did a film with Shia LaBeouf and Toby Kebbell, which is a boxing movie where I can't give too much away, but you're gonna see me with my kit off having a big old scrap with Shia and Toby, which is gonna be pretty cool. That's gonna be coming out this year. And after that, there's a bunch of projects, but in terms of Sunray, we're writing stuff. We're writing stuff, and we've got
We already
big
got some
plans.
concepts here.
Oh yes, we do. So hopefully a lot more tactical stuff as well, and coming over to this side of the pond and kind of trying to blend those worlds, because I love the UK stuff, but it's just so much better when there's that joint mission going on.
Yes.
Yeah. For me, obviously, I've never. I think it's obvious anyway. I've never acted before. I'm not trained in acting like the other guys are. So for me, I'm still working at the minute. But at the minute, there's not really any more plans for acting for me yet. If we do something Sunray, if we do something here,
he'll be
I'm
back.
fucking all over
Oh
it.
yeah, we're gonna do something.
We
I
are.
mean, you're like,
And I'll be all over that. But yeah, going out, getting an agent, seeking out opportunities, it's just not currently in my remit.
honestly, it's way more fun to just build it all yourself.
That's what I'm working on.
I don't have an agent,
No.
but you have a podcast.
Yeah. Do you want me to talk about that? 'Cause
Yes, let's hear it.
It's saucy. My wife and I have a sex podcast called Ironing Out the Kinks.
Ironing out the kinks.
Ironing Out the Kinks, yeah. Just trying to normalise the conversation with what people get up to, because we all do it, you know, we all like it, and it shouldn't be weird, we don't think. And yeah, it's good. We about 10% of our listeners come from the US actually, which is
get
crazy.
A little bump there.
Yeah.
I can imagine
you say
it will.
banging on here.
Yeah.
We have a really horny audience.
Yeah, you got some horny boys there.
Yeah, everyone here has just been horny. I fucking love it. I was expecting a little bit more like conservative. As soon as I mentioned the podcast, they're like, "Hell yeah, I like to fuck. Tell me about it." I'm like, okay, cool.
You got Gary walking around with no shirt on.
Oh, he's a sex
snakeskin
machine.
boots.
I thought about leaving my wife for him. I didn't know.
I FaceTiming at least 12 different ladies while I was here. Said I love you to all of them.
I don't think he's going to enjoy that.
No, he's fine. He will sit in that chair and say it himself.
What a legend. But yeah, so we're working on that. We're hoping to build that up. We've got a good audience, good reception to that. So that's coming here has taught me so much from the content creation point of view. And I'm excited to take that home and develop it.
And I mean, honestly, you have to do it more to have more to talk about on your show.
Exactly.
That's work.
That's exactly what I say to the wife.
Right.
I'm like, we can't preach and not practice. So she's going to love this.
We just won't tell her where it is. So yeah, we got together with a lot of fun people while you guys were here. We've got some ideas flowing about bringing, merging some worlds. I would love to see, we almost kind of have to ignore the end of Sunray and just pretend that's not how it ended. We won't tell you if you haven't seen it yet, but you got to go get it. Sunray, Fallen Soldier on Amazon and iTunes or Apple.
Apple,
They've
yeah.
merged the whole
TV.
thing.
Yeah.
Just Google it.
You'll find
Google
it.
You'll
All
find
a
it
mess
everywhere.
now. But yeah, dude, really, really, us diving into the drug world because it's such a hot topic right now. And again, there's some books that haven't been written yet. If you think about it, I mean, they just took the gloves off.
Oh yeah.
So there are some guys about to go get into some things, and who knows what's going to happen.
Yeah, things are about to get messy.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. That's even where Sunray came from. There's so many stories that need to be told. Like, we have some of the best stories in the world, the military community, that we don't tell.
Oh yeah, like meeting Jimbo and hearing some of our
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
TDY shenanigans.
Yeah.
But those are the things like we said to you. We were like, you got to write this down because it's gold. Whereas again, like Tom said earlier, your story is kind of your story. Your journey. You just kind of think. I don't know. I don't know whether it's the same for everyone, but I tend to normalize the shit that I've done. And when people will say like, "You jumped out of helicopters," and you're like, "Yeah, that's a Tuesday." Like, yeah, it's not strange, but it's the same with the shit you guys get up to. Like, you need to write that down and tell those stories because they're just fucking brilliant.
Well, it kind of gets uncomfortable for me to talk to new people because they think I'm full of shit. Like, if I just recounted this week, like people go, "I'm sorry, what did you do?" Like,
yeah.
Like, okay, well, I was flying a helicopter, and then I was doing, and then me and Travis Pastrana did this, like, and they're like, no, like, so it's like, dude, I find sometimes like in new group settings, like I just have to shut the up because it's like, I just don't know how to not sound like an asshole when I recount. Like,
I'd say that's a them problem, mate. Like, your story is so fucking interesting. Everything you guys do, all of the people here, everyone we've met, is so interesting, and that shouldn't be sheltered just by others like bullshit opinions. Them, do you, man? Like, I fucking loved being here.
well, I mean, I can't, like tomorrow's going to be a blast, like showing you guys the Drink and Brew studio, getting to meet Ross and Dan. Like, this is all very exciting. Like that's a fun time. And then introducing you to the Drink and Bros audience, that show is 10 years old. Like, that audience is massive and they are so loyal. Like, and when they hear, your guys' story, they're going to love it because again, it's our story. Like, exactly. Those were the people that were behind us, which got Range 15 made. So when they hear, oh, the Brits did it, well, we're in for round 2.
Yeah.
And again, like we gotta get it out there because number one, I want there to be another film.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, by all means, everybody go rent or buy this movie so we can show the popularity. And now when we go for round 2 and you got us attached to it with you, like conversations hopefully are a lot different.
Yeah.
As well as we're waiting for the next generation over here to jump into our footsteps. Like I'm anxiously awaiting to see where those guys are, the young dudes in the military right now that want to be filmmakers, that want to get into acting, that want to make really cool action pieces and things like that. So like I want your guys' story to hopefully help propel that.
Yeah. Well, you know, following footsteps, and it's an important thing every generation does. But as you say, for like the new guys in the military, they need to see what you've done, what we've done to the art of the possible, you know, seeing like, I can be that, I can do that, and inspire them to probably make something better than we did as well.
And that's what we always want.
Yeah.
By all means, like just watching your guys' movie made me want to go grab the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, because I was like, oh, we can do this.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is like, and then the ideas started coming.
And there's so many people, from my experience, from all walks of life in the military, there's the creative mind in the military. A lot of people think of people in the military as very one-dimensional, which just fucking couldn't be further from the truth. Like everyone I know, you'll have people who are poets, you'll have people who will be into film, you'll have people who will just come up with the most inventive bullshit. You look at how we talk to each other, look at the nicknames, look at the games we come up with, look how we keep each other in, like
The pranks.
engaged. Exactly. The bullshit that we do, you know, one of the things we do or used to do, probably we don't do it anymore, is the
we got to talk about that.
well, it's
It's the funniest single statement I've ever heard in my life.
one of the punishments, if you fucked up, you could do the Anne Frank, which is just sit in a cupboard for 24 hours straight and write down everything you heard. Just that.
Serious CTR skills.
Yeah,
going
yeah.
on, right?
But people would know you're in there and come past and have a really long conversation just to f you up. Make sure you're still awake, 3 a.m., writing everything down.
You'd come up with the scripts like really fucking specific.
You're going to have to tell this tomorrow to Ross. He's going to lose his mind when you say, oh, we've got a punishment called the Anne Frank.
To think that up is just inventive, you know, and there's a creative mind in there, in that place, in the military. And like you say, waiting for that new generation from your side of the pond for sure. Like,
Yeah, I want to see there. Like again, if I saw like just a really cool creative short pop up, like that military guys were making, I would nab them up in a heartbeat. Be like, all right, now you have better gear and time and experience, and here's the help that I'll provide. Like, because I love doing this. And like getting us together, I think this was a great time. Like, couldn't be happier about this product that you guys finished with. It's beautiful, amazing.
Thank you.
My mind's exploded since coming here on the possibilities of what we can do now. Like, because you just show, you're like, what you've done is amazing, and now let me show you what we could do. And it's just like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, we built a sandcastle and you've got an actual castle. You know what I mean? It's
Well,
like,
we have a phone and we have everything we need over here, resource wise, and people that will help. Like to make a cool action tactical, you know, and you, as you guys have been here, I've been introducing you to the channels that built me. Like the things that I was watching. I was constantly, you know, watching these dudes that were inventing like at home VFX, like when After Effects became something that everybody, you know, a college student could buy. Yeah. And just watching the birth of YouTube. Like YouTube, you know, has gone through a drastic transition, you know, as of the last few years, which is kind of sad because we're seeing a lot less talent, you know, because it's oversaturated, where like back in the day, the most talented people that networks ignored were given a platform to express themselves and share what they could create. And they were well beyond anything that Hollywood and networks were putting out. So like, I always talk about this, like if you think back 30 years ago, like there was a massive filter and certain people were chosen. So you only had, for us, like here, you had ABC, NBC, Fox, and those are your like three major TV networks. So the people that are given TV shows or put on these TV shows have gone through this giant filtering process where they're like, oh, we're gonna put Ellen here and we're gonna put Roseanne here. We're gonna do this. Whereas nowadays, the networks don't get to pick anymore. Nowadays, the audience gets to pick who's popular.
Exactly.
And that's both good and bad, though, as we've seen.
Yeah.
We've seen, we have picked some bad ones. The Island Boys are a prime example of that. Should not have given them attention.
No.
But we've also seen some incredibly, incredibly talented people. Justin Bieber was discovered via the internet.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like everybody kind of has a fair shot now.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to preach, like, if you make good shit, like, the audience will come. But you have to make good shit.
Yeah, exactly.
And you got to put it out there. So many people like have their thing they make and they hide it away.
Yeah.
Like, you've been an actor. You are an actor. You say you're not an actor, but you're hiding it away. And then when you put it out there, you got to put it out for people to appreciate it.
Yeah, I think it's that like what you were saying about the negative and the positive. It's a double-edged sword because the algorithm just rewards views. It rewards. It doesn't reward feedback necessarily. But Island Boys, people watch acts. It's fucking dumb. Like,
Yeah,
and then they continue on that succession rate, which is the annoying part of it.
And it's the culture shift too, though, is I believe the most damaging thing to creativity was TikTok because it dumbed down the ability to make things to actually create a good video and made it so simple that everybody could do it. Well, I don't want everybody to do it. I want the people that actually learned and took the time to figure out how to use a camera. Like, and we now are in this scrolling age where it's just you no longer engage. You don't like, you don't comment, you just watch and you scroll past. And again, like the people that get, this smorgasbord of views are all these dumb, dance things or lip sync or, this is stupid shit. Whereas like creativity, like we were watching the Whitest Kids You Know skits, like the old stuff. It's like that was brilliant. And well, I'll tell you, there is one thing I'm going to bring into 2025 with me, and that is Mando whole body deodorant. I have incorporated this in my day-to-day life because honestly, it smells great and it feels great. And supposedly it doesn't contain all those nasty things that all the other stuff at the grocery store has. And I like that. And my favorite product from Mando has been the Mount Fuji deodorant stick. I absolutely adore this smell. And because of its size, I pack it everywhere when I'm traveling. I love this stuff.
Put this on your pits, your thighs, around your belly button, your butt, your feet, and your private parts. And you know how handy that is to just have a stick of this? You're out somewhere, maybe you're on a date, maybe you got a little sweaty on your date, you need to freshen up. Wipe it off and give it a few dabs of this, or use the Mando deodorant wipes and just give yourself a little bath.
And as a special offer for listeners, get $5 off your starter pack using the code PIE. That is almost 40% off your starter pack when you use the code PIE. And that is at shopmando.com. shopmando.com.
All right, we'll get back to those idiots in just a second, but first, I have to tell you about one of today's sponsors, Mudwater. Coffee and other energy drinks always just kind of made me feel jittery, not really energized or thinking clearly. But I think I found a product that fixes that. Mudwater is a coffee alternative filled with chai, cacao, lion's mane, chaga, reishi, cordyceps, turmeric, and cinnamon. Not only does Mudwater give you that morning boost that you need, but it's also packed with adaptogens, antioxidants, and all those other fancy health words that make you feel superior to your coffee drinking friends. So head on over to mudwater.com and grab you a starter kit for up to 43% off when you use the code PIE. That's MUDWTR.com. Use the code PIE. They're going to throw in free shipping, and they're going to throw in a battery-powered frother to make it frothy. I don't. But support the show. Tell them you sent us. Give them some roos. Feel better. Mushroom tea. Hell yeah.
If you carry a wallet, it's probably far too big, and maybe it's time to upgrade that old leather worn down piece of cow. Get you a Ridge, tiny, super sleek. You can put all your cards in. It's got a money clip on the back. You can keep the band if you carry around a fat stack, or you can just put the clip on. These things are awesome. I've been using Ridge, since about 2018. They have a lot of different options. They have Damascus, carbon fiber, a lot of cool patterns that you can get in these things. And they have the keychains as well. I think they make knives as well. They have a really, really nice knife. But Ridge makes super awesome products. I have never had one break, or I've dropped these things like 1,000 times. They've never been damaged at all. Super, super durable. My favorite part is being able to carry my wallet in my front pocket. I hate keeping a wallet in my back pocket after a while, especially it like makes you sit crooked, which, isn't great for your spine. So check out Ridge Wallet, and check out right now their once a year anniversary sale. If you go to ridge.com/pie, you can save up to 40% on your order. And that's right now. So what are you waiting for? Go check it out.
That's what we should be rewarding.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it will swing back around. I think people will just get bored of seeing the bollocks and the bullshit. You know what I mean? I think it will come back to talent. I hope. I feel like it's a pendulum. And I hope it swings back around.
Now, have you both been writing? And you've now got into script formatting and everything?
Yeah,
I'm working on that. I've got a concept. I sent you the concept of an idea I've got. Yeah. I was going to do it as a book initially. And Tom said, I think you should do this as a script, It reads like a action movie, so we'll see. I'm still working on that.
Once you've read enough scripts, you start to delve into thinking, I can write this. Then you give it a go writing, you think, oh no, I can't write. God, I'm not good enough.
Dude, scripting for me is so much fun because I can see it. Mm-hmm. And I'm watching the edit as I'm writing, and I'm changing it based on that's what I love about where I'm at now, experience-wise, is that sometimes when people first start out, their first script, it's like, it's in space. Okay, we don't have space. And to recreate space is fucking difficult. Yeah. And we have a moon lander. It's all right. Now we don't have the budget for that. We don't have moon lander budgets. So it's like riding around with what you have. Mm-hmm. It's kind of, when I first Zoomed with you guys, I was like, get you in the space, look at what we have access to as far as the landscape, the buildings, the props, and things like that. Now write with everything that we have available to us. So it's very fun scripting. Now, I do have a really cool concept. I'll tell you guys later tonight about it. It definitely is going to be a book first, because to probably make the movie would be at least $150 million. And so, you're not going to get that as just a script right now.
Yeah.
And so I would have to prove that the idea was amazing by being a best-selling book.
Yeah.
Then we go with a $150 million movie.
I have a very similar thing. So me and my best friend in the UK, Casty Little, he's a UK Marine as well. Lost his leg. Now we're an actor and a writer, and we wrote our film. Basically, it was the film that we always wanted to see, and reviewing it, we were like, this is going to cost probably like $100 million. And no matter how good this was, people read it like, this is awesome. But who are you? You want $100 million? Like, no.
It's there's some interesting things behind the movie Live, Die, Repeat. Did they change the name of that? What was it called? The Edge of Tomorrow?
I like that.
Is that the Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
The next one is called that, I think.
So that was a no-named writer. Had submitted the script, like you do. I'm sure he probably had submitted it 1 million times, sent it up, it sat in a pile, and one day they plucked it out and said, we're going to put $150 million behind this, and Tom Cruise is going to be the lead. Now imagine that phone call. But to its detriment, the executives got cocky and they chose to release the film the same day as Transformers 4. So they thought that Tom Cruise would beat Transformers 4, which we all know is a kid's movie.
Yep.
So you're not going to beat it because the adults have to go where the kids want to go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You double the amount of people
And
going.
so it performed poorly in the box office. And of course, no accountability. They blamed the writing.
Of course.
And there was a long period of time, and I don't know how the temperature is now, but I know that whole kind of debacle caused a freeze on like new concepts and new writers. And it's absurd.
Yeah.
Like, because
It's a good film.
it's amazing.
I love that film.
Are they really making a second one?
I have heard I've not just heard. I've seen things that it's coming.
I don't know. Yeah.
It's coming. It's in development, and so it's not being made right now. But the wheels are
They're
turning.
going to film it over there, aren't they? At your guys' place.
I mean, probably in some of it in the studios. Yeah, Pinewood and that. But
Yeah, they film quite a bit in the UK.
tons,
Be surprised.
tons.
But yeah, my fear would always be, especially with coming off the back of that, being a no-name writer, where you look at the story of Good Will Hunting, where they were no-named writers. They come up with this script, and the studio took it and said, "We're going to change it. We're going to make G-men come after him, and we're going to make him basically almost like Jason Bourne." And they were like, "No." And I think it was Robin Williams who actually put his foot down and was like, "No, this script is fucking perfect. Leave it. Let them do what they want to do."
And that's the dangers of big Hollywood.
Yeah.
I have no desire to do anything in big Hollywood because it is a bunch of idiots that don't know anything. They've never made a film. None of these network execs, like there's no network exec that actually fucking made a movie.
Yeah.
Like they walk around and pretend, because we took tons of meetings in the early years about possible network shows. We did the whole rounds, and like I've met with presidents of Discovery, A&E, like, and they were so unimpressive at just the lack of kind of connection with what the viewer wants to see. They didn't have that. Like there was this was back in like 2016 or 17. Like Discovery launched a pilot that was a reality show that just followed like a Christian pastor and his wife and things, and the thing blew every rating out of the water. But they did not move forward with the show because people were offended that it followed a certain religion. Like, and it's like, okay, so what are we? You just broke records when measuring, something for the people that watch your network, and like, there's not a lot of good decision making going in Hollywood. Like, it's trash. Like, they are literal trash.
Yeah.
Like,
There's a lot of the time it's personal opinions over what's the smart opinion, and like that happened with Harry Potter, probably the most successful franchise of all time in terms of how much money it's made. J.K. Rowling had that script. She pushed it hundreds of times and was constantly told, "This is shit. It's not going anywhere. No one's going to want this."
they made 8 of them.
And and it's made so much money. It's like she's probably, I imagine she might be one of the most successful women of all time. And like, it just goes to show, like, when people say no, don't take their opinion for gospel. There's a lot of just keep asking other people because they don't know everything. They don't know everything.
No.
Like we were saying now, with the modern age, you don't need Hollywood particularly. I mean, look at what we have all done. It hasn't got the Hollywood budget, but we've proven the concept of you can create something with enough drive, motivation, and a bit of funding, and you can fucking make it work. Especially, from our backgrounds of that determination mindset, we can just get shit done.
Well, also too, like, they're like we have to understand that we are kind of on an island. Like, I'll tell you right now, the success of our film, we were #1 on Amazon for 13 weeks. in a row. No one called. No studio went, oh wow, these guys did this themselves. Like, because we didn't use a distributor or nothing. And they're doing this well. No phone calls, nothing. Why? Because they knew that they had no control over any of us. Because our brands were also the driving function of the entertainment.
Yeah.
And I guarantee that's why. No, I mean, not even, we didn't even get press. Like, the town ignored the fact that, like, we were the largest independent film of the year. Just blew that off. You know, they did articles on Swiss Army Man, which made, you know, $250,000. Like, it was wild. So it's like, on one end, we have to understand, like, no one's going to help us because they don't. I don't know. They just don't get behind this style at all.
And then if they do support, great. You know, sure, jump on board. But if you approach it that way, you'll actually make your dream. You'll make that vision come true. And then if people want to help,
eventually you'll force them to the table.
Yeah,
because the audience will demand it so much. Or you do it like, I mean, the studio that created John Wick, like, or the company that did that, like, they essentially, you know, kind of forced their way in, and now because of the popularity of the franchise, like, now they're continuing to make those movies. Same with what's kind of going on with Angel Studios right now. I don't know if you've seen that. There's a movie called Homestead that just came out. They're doing a very different approach to how to fund a film and release it. But definitely an interesting thing to check out.
Yeah, for sure.
But happy to hear that keep writing. We should start with a short too.
Yeah.
Like, get everybody back out here in 2 months or 3 months from now, and let's just shoot. Like, now we got the dates out of the way, I think.
I think so, yeah. You know, we flirted a little bit.
And we need to get Dan and James, the directors, out as well.
Yes.
Both former Royal Marines, and their creation style and their ability to resource from nothing is fucking incredible. So they would love it. The assets that you've got and that you've shown us, their heads would explode.
Yeah, I need to convince them to just roll out in the next couple months too, to just chill out for a weekend and stuff and see everything, hang out. Again, be around this ecosystem.
Yeah. Different world. We'll be encouraging them to do that. I will live close to both of them.
Because, like, this morning, we had kind of a hasty plan, but once everybody got together and it started flowing, they ended up knocking out 5 different scripts today.
And it's fun. It's fun to watch, fun to be part of. It's just good. And you can see those creative minds coming together and the ability of, like you say, as soon as they're on the same page, everything just jams together so quickly.
No stress.
And best idea wins here. As you saw today, how many times did something change? How many times did the ending change? And no one's huffing and puffing about, oh, well, you're not using what I wanted to do. Everything is just, best idea wins.
Yeah.
So, like,
this thing, egos on a thing here, and I just, again, love that. No stress. People just going, oh, yeah, cool. I thought my thing was good, but what you said, really actually, everyone else is fucking enjoying more, so it must be better. Sure. You make an offhand comment about baked beans, and before you know it, you're covered in baked beans.
Covered in baked beans.
Yeah. Becoming the latest sex icon for all MILFs in the.
How was getting to act in a Jack Mandeville production today?
That was special.
Yeah.
He is one of the funniest people in just the way he presents himself. Anyway, without acting, without trying, he's just funny.
And then you've seen him on like 30 different things now that you had no clue it was even him.
Fucking chameleon. I watch Vet TV stuff, and I was like, I've been watching you for years, you motherfucker. And I've been sat in a bar with him for 3 days straight, and I had no idea. Fucking unbelievable. Yeah, he's great.
I know we have been tearing it up since you got here.
Yeah.
I didn't notice that. I mean, I have, because I don't remember the end of every night.
Yeah, we've had some fun. We put some booze away this last week.
Got to keep the hinges greased, right?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, we call it pub fit.
Yeah.
There's two different types.
Pub fit?
Pub
Yeah,
fit.
pub
Yeah, you got to
fit.
stay pub fit.
That's what I need to change my Instagram to, Dave. JT Pub Fit.
Yeah.
Best idea wins.
Well, I always joked about changing it to fit something, you know, when everybody becomes a personal trainer or whatever.
Yeah.
The Instagram
PT.
fit. But Pub Fit.
Pub
Yeah.
fit.
I mean, that's a t-shirt, dude.
That is a t-shirt.
You almost don't need the t-shirt though when you're pub fit. You can just tell.
No, I mean, I want to wear the logo.
Yeah.
I mean, we did 1 year for St. Patty's Day, we did a pub professional.
Nice.
That's great. God, I want to come out here for Paddy's Day as well.
Here, why isn't it way cooler? Where
can't just
isn't
hop over
that
to
your
Ireland,
holiday?
It's a bit easier to hop over to Ireland and have some Guinness over there.
yeah. I don't know. I just feel like you guys do everything bigger. You do everything better. It just seems like everything's more. I mean,
I'm thinking we just drag you over to Ireland. and
maybe we
do
just
it
go to
there,
Belfast. Actually, just get tips to give us.
Okay, so
cool.
I haven't looked at a map in a long time.
Oh, okay.
Ireland is an island off your coast.
It is.
Correct.
Okay,
yeah.
it's not
Ireland's
just
an island.
north. That's Scotland.
That's Scotland.
Scotland's
Yeah.
northern
Scotland
part.
is just all the way
Yeah.
up
not- yeah.
of
The
the
line
UK.
drawn. Yeah, it's like our mini Canada.
Is it a country?
Technically, yeah.
Technically.
It's part of the Great British Isles. So GB, UK, United Kingdom is a group of these countries.
So it's the United Kingdom.
The United Kingdom, yeah. So you never say to someone from Scotland or Wales or Ireland, you're British. You would say you're Scottish, Welsh, or Irish, or Northern Irish.
Oh, the Welsh will get real mad.
Oh, they
So-
get super upset.
But I mean, they do have a kick-ass flag. It's got a dragon on it.
Yeah, that's
Like,
Yeah. It's the only cool thing about Wales.
yeah. Even though our flag is about the guy who went and killed dragons.
Yeah.
We need to go to Ireland.
We definitely need to go
yeah.
to Ireland. It's one of my favourite places in the world. It's incredible.
Is there like a lot of local rivalry between the bordering countries? It
Oh,
sounds
yeah.
like from the outside, all you guys look the fucking same. Your accents might be a little different,
Well,
but
yeah.
god damn it, you draw a hard line in the sand.
Yeah, but
do.
have you ever seen I need you to imagine like a Roll Tide fan against a Georgia fan. Like that's it. Like Alabama is right next to Georgia. Do they like each other? Hell the no.
I mean, that's actually pretty accurate because a lot of these countries over there are about the size of college towns.
Yeah.
Oh,
But I
we
mean
all-
that's kind of the attitude. Like
we all get along. Like we all love each other, but when it comes to sport, that's when it comes out.
like the Welsh is pretty much West Virginia. No one can understand what the fuck they're saying, and they're angry and they're kind of hillbillies and they're crazy.
Nailed it. That's exactly it. Yeah. I don't care about offending the Welsh.
Because they're all inbred, because they're the only ones that walled off their whole state and said nobody's allowed in here and off everybody. We don't care about your
Exactly.
wars. We don't care about your power struggles or your land grabs. Like, fuck right off.
They did really well for a while.
Yeah.
They did well. But
You know a lot of history of that area for not knowing all about its geography.
Okay, yeah.
a little bit. But I don't think traditionally English people hate the Scottish or the Welsh, but they fucking hate us because I mean they're jealous that we've got a better country.
Who hate? Oh, the Welsh.
The Welsh
you.
hate us. Everyone hates English.
Well, because the Welsh, like Anglo-Saxons, they were like right off. Like that's why it's like Welsh are the like truest English.
Yeah.
Because they're the only ones that stayed the same without getting bred out all over the place by fucking Danes and all this other
The
shit.
original Celts, you know. But yeah, it was yeah.
You know what I mean? Scotland has a real good reason to hate you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a repercussion of trying to take over the world, right? Well, a lot of people have a problem with that.
Yeah,
We did quite a good job of doing it, though.
Yeah,
I think we did it better than anyone else ever has.
early 1900s. It was like 1 in 4 people in the world were part of the
Yeah,
Commonwealth.
well, yeah, that
Part
was
of
it was
our-
after World War II where we said, England, give all those countries
Yeah.
back. What is that behind your back?
Yeah.
India and a number of other countries. Give them back.
Yeah, you can't. It's the mass.
Falkland Islands, we're keeping the Falkland
yeah.
Oh, for
Islands
sure, yeah.
for strategic sheep purposes.
I just realized where all your history came from.
Eddie Izzard.
Yeah. I mean, you guys actually did conquer a pretty good amount of land for just being a couple of pissed off islands.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
It shows what the power of beer can do, man. Like,
Yeah, being
Or
pub fit.
maybe your islands just suck so bad, it's like something else. We got to go
think
get
so.
something else.
Dude, have you ever this is the one great thing about the internet now and YouTube is there's a video on anything you can think
Yeah.
of. I mean, I challenge you to go down the YouTube rabbit hole of like swinger review cruises and the lingo.
We watch it all.
Codes.
Yeah. So we watch that stuff so we can review it on the show. But yeah,
That's a whole weird.
It's another world.
I mean, that just the lingo alone.
Yeah.
Half swap, full swap, open door,
Soft swap,
soft swap.
yeah. Yeah.
I think it sounds like you need to get Jared on your podcast.
That'd be
actually,
fucking
'cause
sick. Yeah, we're taking guests.
But I went down kind of for a while because I like think about really fucking weird shit all the time. And I was thinking about how much it would suck to just be on a ship in like the 1600s.
Yeah.
So YouTube has like a full like hour-long thing of this recreated giant English ship, and they talk about everybody's job, how many officers, warrant officers, medics, everything like that, like how it worked, like you had hammocks and you shared them. You had the day crew and the night crew. So like you would go and tap on your buddy and he'd go on shift and you'd jump in the hammock. The smell of that place had to be so bad.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they want big spaces. People think of them as these massive grand
And
ships.
there's no shower.
No. And where you know, got to have a shit bucket. Like, it's not always easy to go off the side.
The toilets were just straight holes.
Sometimes they angled a bit to stop the water being able to come up easily. I was listening to a podcast about this last week, and yeah, that just imagine just sticking there, no waves for a while,
Then,
not getting
dude,
washed out.
you get sick, you get hurt. Like again, you take a cannonball to the ankle, like something that like just fucks you up, but like it's not enough. Now it's just your life is so miserable.
Yeah.
Like, and then you're out at sea for fucking how long? Years.
imagine the food.
Oh, it was like
Those hard
dried.
biscuits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you're just given just enough to stay alive.
Yeah.
You're working all day, like
But-
pulling ropes, and
Rum.
you do get rum.
You do get
rum.
rum.
Yeah, but now imagine this: you wake up with a headache, and you got to pull a rope. Like
No, that's horrible.
you're walking around a giant gear with 14 other men.
Yeah.
Like,
Stop selling it
you've
to
got
me.
a
Stop
fucking
selling it
headache,
to me.
dude. Like, there's no such thing as aspirin.
Yeah.
You don't even, I mean, shit, you don't even get water to like hydrate yourself. I mean, I guarantee like these guys are on the fucking verge of heat stroke and dehydration at all times because you're working all day.
Yeah. And malnourished. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you're not getting what your body needs. Scurvy. Case in point, one vitamin goes missing and their bodies fucking fall apart. Like, they almost had leprosy, you know? It's crazy.
That was a nightmare.
that.
Nightmare. And then you're just subject to some face captain that's trying to get his name in his fucking history book. So he's like, we're gonna stay out longer. You're like, me, dude.
Why does this sound like my career?
I mean, that's basically government or military
Yeah.
all around.
It hasn't
It's
changed.
never
eh?
changed. It's never changed.
I mean, imagine that. Like, hey, oh, we're getting on the boat with Napoleon. This guy seems cool. Fuck.
Oh, he's so short and angry. Fuck.
We haven't been home in 9 years. Why did I get married?
Gotta call him emperor now. It's all fucking.
I know.
Yeah.
Dude,
It's,
could you imagine that? Like, you just get
All of
married.
that just to lose as well.
Yeah, you get married, and you're like, oh, this is so great. And then they're like, hey, we're going out to sea. Oh, cool, just a few weeks. What's up?
So for the wife back home, do they get notified if their husband dies? Or
That's another dude. I've thought about that.
like when
they
do they
probably
get to
don't
start
find
banging
out.
around?
it must be
probably
when the
don't find
shit
out for
comes back or
years.
something and they're like, oh yeah, no, he died. He died 2 years ago in May.
He died. He died the first year. He's been dead for 8 years.
Son of a bitch! I've been faithful through all my good titty years.
He was never on the ship. No, he just skipped town. That's what he did.
You're not mailing a letter to a boat,
Yeah.
Exactly. Where the fuck is it?
dude.
Yeah. My
This is
similar, well, different story, but my granddad was in the Navy or the Merchant Navy, and he was a rogue. My granddad was a rogue. He had hand tattoos, covered in tattoos from like the 50s. You know, he was just a rogue. One day he's walking home from the pub, and one of his mates runs up to him and he's like, "We're going. Like the ship's sailing. You need to be on there." And he's like, "Oh, okay." Just went to the pub one evening and just didn't come back for like 9 months. just on his way home, jumped on ship and fucked off for 9 months. And his wife was just, my gran was just left picking up the pieces as per usual. Yeah, but just fucking mental.
Yeah, but she probably would have known, like, oh, the ship's gone.
She just got told, oh yeah, they've sailed. She was like, oh, okay, great. He didn't even pack anything. He just went on board. Was like,
On
okay.
the boat.
Yeah, he's like, it'll be on there. It's cool. Yeah, he just
fine, dude.
just did that for like 9 months. See you later. It's fucking crazy. Different world.
Thank God we were not around.
Just born at the right time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, because imagine what your ass would be doing on there.
Oh, yeah.
You'd just be sitting because you're just the fucking infantry.
Yeah.
Waiting. If we land somewhere, I guess I'll stab somebody with a bayonet.
Yeah.
Like,
Or just get shot with a musket ball.
exactly.
And
In
then
the ankle.
In the ankle, exactly.
Like, cannonball, dude. Or like,
Yeah.
dude, even if you like take a large splinter to the like shoulder.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they're like launching cannonballs at you. Like,
Yeah.
this,
Just wood exploding everywhere.
and that was the game. Let's sail around. Oh, let's go that ship up. Why? Why are we doing that?
What's it giving
We're
us?
just gonna pull up beside each other and duke
Yeah.
it out, and then
Yeah.
now we're both sinking. Well, this sucks.
Did that turn out how you imagined?
Exactly. And you have two dickhead captains up there, like
Yeah, just waving their dicks at each other, trying to fucking.
take the ropes, storm that ship. No, off.
That's where the Royal Marines actually originally came from, though, because they used to have like line infantry on the boats.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's
And it's
what
just
you
like,
guys would be doing.
Yeah.
No,
You
but
just
then-
because I watched the fucking
Yeah.
video. That's like, here's everybody's job. Well, these guys just sit,
But it just doesn't work. So that's where the Royal Marines came from. They were like, we need dudes who can actually scrap.
bro. You don't even have
actually scrap.
books.
No,
You're
don't know.
just sitting.
You can't
and
read
looking
anyway.
at ocean.
I can barely read now. We're gonna be able to read
And
that.
then you see these dipshits in their like fancy red with their dipshit shoulder things, and they're
Yeah.
like, we had steak this morning. Like, well, it must be nice.
Yeah, no wonder mutinies happened. Yeah.
We had a conversation over lobster last night.
Breakfast
You're all
was
going
amazing.
to die.
So there was always like a thing back in the day, way back when the Royal
Officers'
Marines were
mess,
founded,
dude.
where the Navy personnel were like jealous of the infantry because the infantry sat and looked at the ocean all day. And they were like, we're working so hard. They're eating our food, drinking our rum. So they started slitting their necks in the night and would throw them overboard. And that's where the term, so your Marines call themselves leathernecks, and I think that comes from their dress blues. We've got the term bootnecks because they used to cut the top of the leather off their boots and put it around their neck whilst they slept so that they couldn't have their throats slit by the Navy, who were just jealous of them. Still are. They still are. Because we turn up, fight, win, and go home, and the Navy don't.
Yeah.
So,
And the Navy don't.
Yeah,
That's a
they're
shirt
busy.
right there.
They're busy pulling ropes, dude.
Yeah.
That's it. I'm just, my hands are bleeding.
yep.
His face is just sitting around looking at the sea.
Yep. And then when we get ashore, he's going to and I'm not, because I've still got to look after the ship.
I got to pull more ropes.
Exactly.
Dude. There's more ropes that need to be pulled while we're parked at the dock.
What's that
my
rope doing?
bed is
I don't know.
still
Pull it.
Stop pulling
Just
it.
keep pulling.
Excuse me, I got to go just push this gear.
Don't know what it's doing.
Walking
Yeah.
in
What's it
circles.
do?
Like,
Yeah.
we have no idea what we've gone around 800 laps. Nothing's changed. Like,
Same direction, same speed, nothing's changed.
The officers there like
it's
idiots.
hard as shit.
Yeah.
Like-
I can make my men be more like hamsters than you can. Watch them go around in that circle. Not
And then I guarantee you there's like one, they got the sister ship, but they're looking over at the sister ship and they're just partying. How do I get the just stuck on this one? It's like, is that chick? They got chicks over there? Hot pirate chicks all over
yeah,
the
fireworks, like everything.
Yeah,
They
you
just
got
got
the
everything.
dickhead captain. Yeah, they're launching fireworks,
Yeah.
having a good old time. We got this dickhead captain over here who's just making us push this gear.
There's a skit in there somewhere. We can make something out of that.
Shafted on this part, I was. Get that rope!
I honestly, like, even modern day, like, I don't know how Navy recruiters do it. Like, hey, do
Lie.
you want to
They lie.
sleep on this metal tube or craft or
That,
like
that it now even occasionally has internet, because if you put Starlink on there, you get f***ed up.
I mean, like, if you're stupid, join the Army or the Marines. Like, there's other options to not completely hate your life.
Yeah. and
Why do people join the Navy?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Like, outside of SEALs, I don't get it.
maybe they're like, you know what? I want to sleep in the smallest bed ever
And share it with like another shift.
and share it with somebody. And then I want to do a job where there's no windows and I look at a radar screen and I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah. Or if you have a job where you do go outside, it's the most dangerous job in the military because there's just cables and planes and shit that all wants to kill you.
And then, yeah, everybody wants to sink your ship. China, Russia, everybody.
Yeah. If you're on the surface,
Now
you don't know
Canada.
where submarines are.
Breathing recirculated farts 24/7.
Yeah, dude. You've got a nuclear reactor like really close to you.
I mean, at least the uniforms make you look super gay.
They make you camouflage to the water, which is a hazard that if you fall in, like, where was the Navy's thought process on that stupid bullshit? Like, I want to be in bright orange uniforms. Like, oh, look at us. We're blue. If I fall in the water, you can't see me.
We found this one. Make the uniforms darker blue.
Yeah.
Cam better.
You're
just have to wear blue cam cream everywhere you
You
go.
just
in case.
accidentally, you're like trying to change a battery or something, and you just fall over. No one saw you because it was 1 a.m. and
That's
you
like
see the ship going away.
Biggest
You're like,
fear.
oh no.
I'll catch the next ship. Don't worry about me.
Good thing I got this blue camouflage on. They'll never see me.
And nothing that floats.
That's it. There's no dickhead on a naval ship has to blend into anything. You're on a ship.
A ship.
So why the not have something brightly colored on in case you fall into the blue ocean? Retards. Like,
Yeah, you're using too much logic.
apparently,
This is never gonna fly.
I want to know who was in charge of that decision. I want to sit in front of him and just go, okay, walk me through it, bud. Let's hear why we went with blue digi for the Navy. You moron.
I've got a built-in fail-safe though. The ginger, I've got orange built into me.
They'll kind of see you.
They'll probably make you put camo makeup on.
Yeah. Get some blue on.
Yeah, blue cam cream.
You're not allowed on deck at night.
No.
Oh, I'm not allowed in a lot of places.
That's mostly because you hold people down and suck them off.
Yeah, well, you know. We've
That's
all
why
got our
we're
things.
such good friends.
Yeah. That's why you invited me here.
We've had fun. Oh, well, thank you guys for being here.
Pleasure. Absolute
Thank you
pleasure.
for having us.
Can't stress enough. Go watch the movie Sunray, Fallen Soldier. By the way, Sunray means, the Papa, the
big
commander.
dog. Yeah.
Big dog.
Yeah, big dog.
Yeah, if you think about it, the movie's actually just called Daddy.
Yeah, it is.
And that's what we call Tip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you should.
Yeah.
Irish Catholic. He's good.
Yeah.
He would let you spit in his mouth.
Let's go get him drunk and tip him over.
Fuck yeah.
Let's go
See you
tip
guys.
tipping.